Financial fitness, it's a buzzword we hear all the time, but what if I told you there's a company out there that's actually walking the talk? Today, we're diving into the story of 118118 Money, a lender that's redefining what it means to be financially fit.
Oh, that's intriguing. What makes this company stand out in the crowded field of financial services?
Well, for starters, they've served nearly 900,000 customers since 2013, many of whom have been turned away by mainstream lenders. They're on a mission to champion financial fitness across Britain.
Financial fitness. That sounds like they're treating money management like a workout routine. How does that work in practice?
You're not far off with that comparison. 118. 118 Money sees financial well-being as a long-term lifestyle rather than a quick fix. They offer personal loans and credit cards, sure, but they also provide a whole suite of educational tools and support. It's like having a personal trainer for your wallet.
So they're not just throwing money at people's problems. That's refreshing. But how do they differ from traditional lenders?
Great question. Unlike traditional lenders who often judge applicants solely on credit scores, 118 Money takes a more holistic approach. They consider real-life circumstances, which means they're able to help people with less than perfect credit. It's a refreshing take, especially when we know life can throw curveballs that impact our finances.
That does sound more compassionate, but, and I hate to be sceptical, are they just another payday lender in disguise? We've seen plenty of those pop up claiming to help people, but actually trapping them in debt cycles.
I hear you, and it's a valid concern. But here's the thing. They explicitly state that they don't offer payday loans. Instead, they focus on more affordable, long-term solutions. Their personal loans range from £1,000 to £5,000, with repayment terms of 1 to 3 years, and their credit card limits go from £250 to £2,000. They also offer debt consolidation options, which can be cheaper than juggling various credit cards or payday loans.
Okay, that does sound more reasonable than typical payday loans, but what about transparency? We've all heard horror stories about hidden fees and surprise charges in the financial industry.
Well, 118 Money seems to take transparency very seriously. They're regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority, and they make a point of presenting all rates and fees up front. No hidden charges, no surprises. It's part of their commitment to responsible lending practices.
That's impressive. It sounds like they're really trying to put the customer first. But I'm curious about this financial fitness philosophy. How does that play out in practice?
They have this interesting concept they call active and smart. Active means taking control proactively rather than just reacting to each new financial crisis. And smart is about aligning your finances with your life goals and values. It's about being intentional with your money, not just passively letting it control your life.
I like that approach. It's about empowerment rather than just crisis management. Do they have any specific tools to help people achieve this financial fitness?
Absolutely. They offer what they call an academy with articles, tools, and tips for budgeting, planning expenses, and paying off debt. 2 main tools caught my attention. There's Money Snapshot, which helps you look back at your last 12 months of finances to identify patterns and spending issues. And then there's Money Flow, which is more forward-looking, helping you predict upcoming bills and potential shortfalls.
I can see how having a supportive lender could be valuable, especially if you're trying to break out of a cycle of debt. But how accessible are they? Is this one of those companies where you have to jump through a million hoops just to talk to someone?
Actually, they seem to prioritise accessibility. They offer support through multiple channels: phone, email, online chat, and even a mobile app. And get this, they say that from application to fund transfer, everything can happen online, often with quick decisions and funds arriving on the same day. But here's the key. They continue to provide resources and guidance, even after a loan is approved.
Wow, that's fast.
They're not just about getting money into your hands quickly. They're about helping you use that money wisely to improve your financial situation over time. They even discourage people from obsessing over their credit scores, emphasizing that your score is just an output of your financial habits, not the root of your problems.
That's a refreshing take. So many companies these days seem to push daily credit score checks like it's some kind of financial panacea, but I have to wonder, what's the catch? This all sounds almost too good to be true.
Well, while we haven't personally used their services, it's important to note that they are a business, not a charity. They're still making money from interest and fees. The difference seems to be in their approach and their commitment to transparency and education. They're really trying to empower people who might have been underserved by traditional financial institutions, giving them a fair shot at financial well-being, regardless of past credit issues.
Fair enough. So, what would you say are the key takeaways from this story? What makes 118 Money stand out in the crowded field of financial services?
I think there are a few important points. First, they're trying to fill a gap in the market by serving people who might struggle to get credit elsewhere, but doing so with fair terms and transparent fees. Second, their focus on financial fitness and education sets them apart. Through tools like their Fitness Academy, Money Snapshot and Money Flow, they're trying to help customers move away from a cycle of debt and toward more stable finances.
I like that they're not just throwing money at the problem, but trying to address the root causes of financial struggles. Do you think this model could catch on more broadly?
That's a great question. I think there's definitely a need for more compassionate, education-focused financial services. As more people struggle with debt and financial instability, especially in the wake of global economic challenges, companies that can offer both practical help and long-term guidance could become increasingly important. We're already seeing some bigger banks invest more in financial education and user-friendly apps. But the real challenge is changing the underlying culture and priorities.
That's a good point. It's a fundamental shift in how we think about the role of financial institutions in our lives. Do you think traditional banks and lenders might start adopting some of these practices?
It's possible, but it's one thing to offer a budgeting tool. It's another to truly prioritise customer financial health over short-term profits. The 118 money model requires a significant investment in customer education and support, which might be a tough sell for shareholders used to quick returns. But as consumers become more financially savvy and demand better from their financial institutions, we might see a gradual shift in this direction.
Well, I don't know about you, but this conversation has certainly got me thinking about my own financial habits and the kind of support I'd like to see from financial institutions. Any final thoughts for our listeners?
I just encourage everyone to take a step back and think about their own financial fitness. Are you just reacting to crises, or are you actively working towards long-term financial health? And remember, your credit score is just one part of your financial picture. Focus on building healthy habits rather than obsessing over a number.
That's great advice, and it sounds like companies like 118 Money are providing alternatives to the quick fix mentality that's so prevalent in personal finance.
Exactly. Whether you use their services or not, I think there's a lot we can learn from their approach. It's about seeing your finances as a long-term journey rather than a series of emergencies. And if you do need help, don't be afraid to seek out resources and support. Whether it's from a company like 118 Money or other financial education tools.
And remember, folks, no matter where you are in your financial journey, it's never too late to start building better habits. Thanks for tuning in.
Until next time, keep striving for that financial fitness. And remember, just like physical fitness, financial fitness is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, effort, and sometimes a bit of expert guidance. But with the right tools and mindset, anyone can work towards a healthier financial future